Good day. Welcome to another episode of Thrown It. Lord have mercy. Restart that, okay. Welcome to the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Amen. So I often talk about how suicide can touch anyone, from the pro athlete to the warehouse worker, everyday common man, the boy, the girl. You can touch anybody. And pro athletes are no exception. Mental health, depression doesn't discriminate. Suicide doesn't discriminate. Anxiety does not discriminate. Okay. So, you guys know that I am a diehard Cowboys fan. Okay. So, I just want to talk about two people who played for the Cowboys, who coached for the Cowboys in the mid to late 90s, and one of the players who played for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm already here. Yeah. I read somewhere where people say depression. When people have depression, some people just say, "Hey, snap out of it." Okay, and you just can't snap out of it. What if that depression is rooted in, assault, abuse? Okay, so one of the players for the Dallas Cowboys, his name was Clayton Holmes, drafted by the Cowboys in 1992. Okay. Played for 1993. Played for about 4 years for the Cowboys, and and I read that Clayton Holmes, he was molested by his older brother. Okay, he was molested by his older brother. Clayton says, when he would touch me, it changed who I was, what I felt. It brought a lot of anger out in me. The abuse ended when he reached high school, but it says Clayton carried that guilt for the rest of his life. No. Excuse me. Correction. For most of his life. Excuse me. That's a mistake on my part. Overwhelmed by the mental burden, he eventually attempted suicide. Not going to get into the methods that he used. Overwhelmed by the mental burden, he eventually attempted suicide. And closed his eyes. As he started to drift off, Holmes came to his senses and dialed 911. Does anyone who hasn't been molested know what it's like, says Holmes. It's humiliating, it's terrifying. You feel like you did something wrong if you want to truly F up a child, sexually assault him, and watch what happens. Yeah, so, the book says that Clayton Holmes carried that guilt for most of his life, but he still ended up attempting to end his life by suicide. And that kind of trauma never goes away. That kind of trauma never goes away. It sticks with you for the rest of your life. It sticks with you for the rest of your life, and it can be challenging sometimes. It is challenging, always challenging, because you're always going to have moments, those short moments where you have those flashbacks. Okay, you're always going to have those short moments where you have those flashbacks. Okay, and I had a friend whose her ex-husband ended his life by suicide. Okay, every time the anniversary of his death comes up, she has flashbacks. Okay, that trauma comes. The trauma comes. The flashbacks come. The trauma comes. Okay, and so you're gonna have those moments. You're gonna have those moments. I'm just glad that Clayton Holmes did not end his life. Because if he did, he never would have won those three Super Bowl. Never would have been a part of those Super Bowl winning teams of the Dallas Cowboys. But he was able to rise above it. Yeah. Yeah, he was able to rise above it, and if you can overcome stuff like that, yeah, yeah. If you can overcome stuff like that, God must really be watching over you. Yeah. So, also, Barry Switzer came to the Cowboys in 1994. Let me find it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so Barry Switzer led the Cowboys to the Super Bowl in 1995. Won the Super Bowl. Okay. So on August 26, 1959, when he was 23 years old, laying in a bed, an electric fan blowing the mosquitoes off his face, Barry was approached by his mother, who was loaded up with alcohol and prescription drugs. "Mother," he said, I would rather not ever see you again and know you are safe and well taken care of than to see you like this all the time, beaten down by a life short on love and high on abuse." Mary Louise, which was Barry Switzer's mother, bent to kiss her son's cheek. He turned his head away. Barry was mad, frustrated, distraught, disgusted. Mary Louise rose from the bed, removed a pistol from the closet, Barry dashed down the hallway and found her lifeless body. Switzer said, "I felt like I was the one who caused her to pull the trigger. All she wanted was my love, and I turned my face away. I have carried this guilt with me for the rest of my life." Yeah. Yeah. It all goes back to my point. Suicide does not discriminate. Pro athlete, pro coach, everyday man, everyday common man, woman, construction worker, Uber driver, fast food worker, warehouse worker, truck driver. Suicide does not discriminate. Depression, anxiety. Okay. And so, I'll say it before and I'll say it again. We need to talk about this more. You know, just some of the warning signs of suicide signs, symptoms, seeking access to lethal means like guns, pills, drugs, acting recklessly, driving too fast, having unprotected sex or whatnot, severe depression, untreated depression, anger, getting your affairs in order, making a will, talking about what's the point of life, talking about death, researching ways to end your life. Okay. Production, not showing up for work, not showing up for school. Yeah, so just so Clayton Holmes and Barry Switzer, Clayton Holmes attempted, he survived. Barry Switzer's mother ended her life by suicide. Okay, and again, suicide does not discriminate, and it touches everybody. Everybody, every race, boy, man, girl. So, let's talk about this. Let's have more conversations about this, and because there are still people out there who believe that speaking up is a sign of weakness. It's not. I'm here to tell you, speaking up is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Okay? And I'm here to tell you all right now who are afraid to speak up, it is not a sign of weakness to speak up. It's not a sign of weakness to get help. Okay? No. 988. The judgment-free zone. Again, 988, the judgment-free zone. We show empathy, compassion, understanding, and most importantly, no judgment. Okay? And sometimes, again, people just need someone to listen. People just need, suicide people, they just need someone to listen. They don't need answers. They just need someone to listen. Okay? There's always hope. Okay? Always. There's always hope. And take the first step, okay? Take the first step. Dial 988. It will save your life. Alright? Alright. That's it. And that's all for the Sean Farrell podcast. I am out of here. Peace out, y'all. Many blessings to you.